London Uncovered. As we are diving onto a new episode, and today we are talking about Shalom, sweet Shakespeare. Yes, William Shakespeare, the English poet and playwright, is considered one of the greatest writers and playwrights in the world. His play has been translated in over 50 languages and performed all over the world. He is popularly known as the Bard or the Bard of Avon. Shakespeare was also an actor and the creator of this Globe Theatre. He is attributed to writing 38 plays, 5 poems, and over 150 sonnets. Shakespeare used over 21,000 words and is credited for coining over 17,000. His plays express aspects of life that transcends time, love, revenge, war, and political intrigue. He wrote all kinds of stories: comedy, tragedy, history, melodrama, adventure, love, and fairy tales. He is considered the master of the English language, psychology, history, law, culture, religion, politics, and New Age. People love his stories because it is extremely entertaining, funny, sad, horrifying, beautiful, silly, and satirical. Shakespeare put more power in the language than anyone since or after. No wonder they say, without Shakespeare, the English language would have a lean and hungry look. Experts say that Shakespeare surrounds us. An incredible number of lines from his works have become so ingrained in modern vernacular that we no longer recognize them as lines from plays at all. And here is a list presented beautifully by Bernard Levin. And when he says, "If you cannot understand my argument and declares Greek to me, you are," quoting Shakespeare. "If you claim to be more sin against than sinning, you are," quoting Shakespeare. "If you recall your salad days, you are," quoting Shakespeare. "If you act more in sorrow than in anger, if your wish is further to the thought, if your lost property has vanished into thin air, you are," quoting Shakespeare. "If you ever refuse to budge an inch or suffered from green-eyed jealousy, if you played fast and loose, if you've been tongue-tied, taro strength, hoodwinked or in a pickle, if you have knitted your brows, made a virtue of necessity, insisted on fair play, slept not wondering, stood on ceremony, danced attendance on your lord and master, laughed yourself into stitches, had short shrift, cold comfort, or too much of a good thing. If you seen happy days or lived in a fool's paradise, why be that as it may the more fool you, for it is a foregone conclusion, as good luck would have it, you are," quoting Shakespeare. "If you think it's early days and clear out your bag and baggage, if you think it's high time, and that is the long and short of it, if you believe that the game is up, and the truth will be out, even if it involves your own flesh and blood, if you lie low till the crack of doom because you suspect foul play, if you set your teeth on edge at one fell swoop without rhyme or reason, then, to give the devil his due, if truth were known, for surely you have a tongue in your head, you are," quoting Shakespeare. "Even if you bid me good riddance and send me packing, if you wish I was dead as a toenail, if you think I'm an eyesore, a laughing stock, the devil incarnate, a stony-hearted villain, bloody-minded or a blinking idiot, then by Jove, oh Lord, tut, for goodness sake, what the dickens, but me no buts, it is all one to me, for you are," quoting Shakespeare. The treatment of love in Shakespeare's plays and sonnets is remarkable. He mixes courtly love, unrequited love, compassionate love, and sexual love with skill and heart. Love in Shakespeare is a force of nature, earthy and sometimes uneasy. Sonnet 116 attempts to define true love, both what it is and what it is not. For true love is perfect and unchanging. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters when its alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it's an ever-fixed mark that looks at tempest and is never shaken. It is a star to every wandering bark whose worth unknown, although his height be taken. Love is not time's fool, the rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle compass come. Love does not alter with its brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error, and upon me proved, I never rich, nor a man ever loved. Sonnet 18, Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day, is widely considered to be the greatest love poem ever written. This reputation is well deserved because of Shakespeare's ability to capture the essence of love so cleanly and perfectly in 14 lines. He compares his lover to a beautiful summer's day and realizes that while summer's days may fade and fall into autumn, his love is eternal. It will last all year round, year in, year out. There is an argument that the death of Hamlet, Shakespeare's son, age 11, factored the birth of this sonnet. Some say it was about a female love interest. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely, more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer sleeps at all too short a date. Sometimes too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is its gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance on nature's course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair that always, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in its shade. When eternal lines to time thou growest, so long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this and gives life to thee. We know that Shakespeare had a great knowledge about the world. And All the World's a Stage is a well-known monologue where Shakespeare compares the world like a stage show and all human beings merely actors. He reduces the human life to a performance. And this is how it goes. All the world's a stage and all men and women merely players. They have the exits and the entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. At first the infant, mellowing and puking in the nurse's arms, then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like snail unwilling to school, then the lover, sighing like furnace with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow, and then a soldier, full of strange oath and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick to quarrel, seeking the bubble's reputation even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, in a fair round belly with good cape lined, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. And so he plays his part. The 6th age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side. His youthful host well saved a world too wide, for his shrunk shank and his big manly voice turning again to a childish treble, pipes and whistles in his sound. The last scene of all in this strange and eventful history is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. As we come to the end of this episode, and we have seen how Shakespeare surrounds us. And not only that, Shakespeare reveals a different face to different cultures and different people at different times. So they say Shakespeare ought to be read and reread if anyone who aspires to excel in the fine art of influencing human nature. He used words more magically and beautifully than any other writer. No one can study Shakespeare without unconsciously brightening, widening, and refining his own diction. And in the words of Shakespeare, good night, for parting is such a sweet sorrow. Shalom, sweet Shakespeare.